Hey everyone, welcome to Quality Shot. It's another live stream. So today, obviously, the main fight is Joshua Buatsi and Ricards Bolotniks. But I've decided to start the stream a little early so that we can take a look at some of the undercards, which are more or less 50-50 fights. So it's quite interesting to take a look at these types of fights. Kev, I don't think will be joining us today. Neither will Fazan. So you just got me, Mo, running the show today. So we're just tuning in for those of you who are watching the fight to Price versus Grande, which is a fight consisting of just 6 rounds. So currently in round 3, and Price has so far been doing pretty well. He's been showing his speed. They're both quite evenly matched fighters. They both have no losses, relatively early in their respective careers. So let's just get straight into it. So we've got Grande showing quite a bit of power, pushing Price onto the ropes, throwing a number of combinations, but it looks like Price is blocking the vast majority of them, taking his time and picking his punches right now. Just taking a bit slower right now with these two. Perhaps they have been exhausted from the initial first 2 rounds where they were quite fiercely fighting one another, using a lot of their speed and energy. But it's only a 6 rounder, so I'm sure they'll be back at it. Just wild miss there by Grande. Oh, Price holding Grande there. It looks like he wasn't hurt though by anything. And that basically ends the 3rd round. While they have a short break before the 4th round begins, I will try to add a few banners to the live stream. There we go. So before we move on to the 4th round, which I'm sure will start soon, really interesting number of fights today. Obviously, the main being the most interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Buatsi deals with Bolotniks' experience. He's very good at going the distance. Right, round 4 has begun between Price and Grande right now. Price definitely looking like the aggressor currently, walking Grande back, although Grande is trying his best to stay in the center of the ring. Grande is now taking Price into the corner, but Price is doing a very good job of using his reach and keeping Grande back. It's good defense shown by Price. Both fighters now in the center of the ring. Not sure what Price was doing there. Tried to put Grande in some sort of headlock and didn't succeed. And of course the ref broke it up. Both fighters haven't really connected very well so far in this fourth round. It's been a few wild swings, a lot of attempts to try and get on, I guess, on the inside by Grande, but Price obviously tying him up and doing a good job using his reach to keep Grande at distance. Oh, nice left hook by Price, connecting to Grande's head just then. I guess shots like these that the judges are going to see, given how short the fight is, I'm sure it's not going to go to a KO or TKO. I'm sure it's going to be going to the distance, given it's just a six rounder. Fighters just tying themselves up right now. Referee breaking it up. It's about 40 seconds left of this fourth round. Grande coming forward and trying to swing, quite a few hooks missing there, and Price again wrapping his arm around Grande's neck. Referee breaking it up. Oh, Price establishing some nice jabs, although I think most of them were blocked by Grande, who had quite a high guard. Anyway, that ends the fourth round. For those of you who may have joined the stream, it's basically one of the undercard fights, which is Hobie Price versus Claudio Grande, which is super bantamweight fight. Just finished round 4. I think we're going to round 5, and it's a round of 6 fight. Quite a few undercards before we get onto the main event, but welcome. So we got Grande, looks like he's putting a significant amount of energy into this 5th round here. Maybe he has a feeling that, or maybe his corners told him that he's losing the fight, which I think he is. So maybe he's trying to make the most of it with these final 2 rounds, putting a lot of work into things. He's chasing Price down as much as he can, throwing a lot of hooks, trying to go for the body, roughing up Price. Although a lot of them look relatively ineffective currently. Price doing a very good job of keeping his cool, staying at distance, using his jab, picking his punches. Very good stuff by him. Neither fighters look hurt, which is understandable. I think this is one of those fights where it's really about connecting how good you're looking to the judges, because I'm sure this one is going to go to the scorecards. Yo, F, what's good? Fight is just, well, I'm not sure what's going on there. There's been a lot of tying up in this fight, to be honest. Nevertheless, it has been an interesting fight to watch. I like the speed of these two fighters. It's been a lot of speed. Again, I think it's just because it's a 6-rounder as well, though. They usually lend themselves to a lot more power thrown in a lot less rounds. And Grande doing a good job of landing a few body shots there, a few hooks, a lot of wild swings though by Grande. You have a feeling that perhaps he's becoming a bit, a bit frustrated. Oh, Grande did connect there with a nice right hook, but Price looks relatively undisturbed. Again, quick on his feet, taking the center of the ring. re-establishing his jab right now. And a nice 1-2 there by Price. And another nice 1-2 followed by an uppercut. I think Price has landed the most showing shots right now. I'm sure the judges are probably going to give it to. Oh, Grande landed quite a nice. I think that was an overhand right there, which connected to Price's face, and a number of other hooks, to be honest, which have connected. But Price simply pushes Grande onto the floor, which is obviously ruled as a slip. That ends the 5th round. To be honest, I think that 5th round, I'd give that perhaps to Grande, but I would imagine that Price is probably 4 rounds up, and we're heading into the final 6th round. So I think it would be a comfortable win for Price. We obviously did not beat Italy in the Euros, so I guess we can beat the Italian in this boxing fight. Maybe it will help with our sorrows from more than a month ago. I've actually seen a lot of England-Italy rivalry lately for loads of different things in Olympics and all sorts of random sports. England ends up losing to Italy nowadays in a lot of things. So it's good to get an Englishman beating an Italian in something. Obviously, I'm being a bit crass. All right, final round now. All guns blazing right now. Okay, Grande is absolutely trying his best to smother Price, landing quite a few good hooks there, to be honest. I think Grande is finishing strong. I mean, I don't know what the other commentators on the other side are going to be saying, but perhaps they'll be suggesting that Grande is coming across as very frustrated and swinging wildly. But he's putting a lot of energy and a lot of output, a lot of work into this final 6th round, probably trying his best to win this round, having probably lost the first 3, I'd imagine. But Price, again, nice and professional, poised, keeping his distance, jabbing as best as he can. To be fair, I don't think Price has landed too many power punches. I wonder how the judges will see that. Although he's landed a nice, strong jab just now. It's gone through Grande's guard. And he has shown a lot of good defensive skills. So we'll have to see what the judges think, as 1.5 minutes remain now of this final round, and I'm certain we'll be going to the scorecards. A very, very wild hook thrown by Grande, and I'm sure that's not going to look good to the judges. Bit of desperation. And the boxers just tied up. Referee breaking them up now. Grande again coming forward wildly. He needs to be careful because he's leaving himself exposed to punches while he's coming in now. He's really, I don't think, thinking very intelligently as he comes in. If Price does catch him on his way in. Grande now pushing Price to the ropes. Grande coming forward, throwing many hooks, but a lot of them relatively ineffective. Price just tying him up. Price again establishing the jab in the last half a minute of this fight. Price landing a very nice body shot onto Grande, and again tying up Grande in the last 10 seconds of this fight. And oh snap! Price lands a left hook and Grande falls to the canvas in the last 5 seconds of the fight. And of course, Grande gets up and the fight is finish because the seconds have ran out of the final round. I think that knockdown was very, very helpful for Price there. I think it's clear that he's won this fight now. If it wasn't clear already, obviously Grande did a good job of trying his best to come across as the aggressor, push Price back, especially in the latter half of the fight. But clearly, Price, the more professional of the two, jabbing really well, doing well with his defensive, showcasing his defensive skills and not punching wildly, unlike Grande. And I did say, while Grande was coming forwards, he did leave himself exposed to a punch from Price. And that's exactly what happened. Grande, in his classic kind of desperation of the last 2 rounds, was coming forward a lot and swinging wildly with a lot of hooks. And of course, in the last 5 seconds, while doing the exact same thing, Price let him come forwards and then gave him a left hook, sending Grande to the cameras for a few seconds. Obviously, it's not a KO victory or TKO victory. It's going to be, I'm sure, a victory on the scorecards, but we will wait patiently until those scorecards do reveal themselves. And when they do, I'll turn the sound on my stream and let you guys know what the actual score was. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're just listening to the scorecards now. Right, scorecards right now for Hobie Price versus Claudio Grande. $58.55 for Hobie Price. As expected, Hobie Price wins against Claudio Grande, 58-55. And we're going to update the banner to reflect that right now. Hobie Price wins by points versus Claudio Grande, 58-55. And we're going to add a little ticker onto this as well. There we go. Right, good fight. Like I said, the undercards are relatively evenly matched in nature, I would say. So a lot of these fighters they have similar professional records, or they're similarly undefeated. So you know, it's a good night of relatively even-handed boxing, with not necessarily a predictable end. Although that being said, I think the Hobie Price Claudio Grande fight was relatively predictable, in that I had a feeling Hobie Price would probably win that fight. He was looking the stronger of the two quite early on. F asks, how far do you think Hobie Price can go? I think he can go very, very far. He looks like a very good prospect. He's only 21 years old, if I remember correctly, and this will be his 5th win now. So he's quite early on in his professional boxing career. So I'm sure he will do very well in super bantamweight. I think he's 5'8", so he's got scope if he wants to move up in the weights later on. I'm sure he'll be able to do that. 5'8", you could get up to, you could probably get up to welterweight or slightly more, maybe push it, but you could definitely get up to welterweight if you wanted to do that. Depends obviously where he wants to be placed weight wise, but I think he's got a bright future in front of him, and he's done well against Claudio Grande. He was very calm, professional, took his time. So I think he's got a good future, and we look forward to seeing him on future live streams, so that there's a bit of continuity. Mahdi Ahmed asks, can I join and do a with you?